Hello and welcome to GeoBiz. We're here at Latin America Geospatial Forum. We have here Rohan Richards from National Spatial Data Management Division of Jamaica. So, Rohan, very nice speaking with you. Can you tell us about your organization?
So the National Spatial Data Management Division is a division within the Ministry of Water, Land, Environment and Climate Change in Jamaica, and we are responsible for national geospatial information management across the country. We also essentially provide administrative and secretariat services for the Land Information Council of Jamaica, which is the spatial data infrastructure organization that was established by Cabinet to guide the process of spatial data information management across the country. In addition to that, we provide training principally for public sector entities in GIS, GIS use, GIS technology. We also do technical services for several of our government entities who may not have a robust GIS department. And we also maintain a web portal with several different types of nodes where entities can actually download data, whether it is metadata or geospatial data, get access to information that is pertinent to their own organization and their program of work.
I understand that Jamaica is one of the early developers of spatial data infrastructure in the region. So, how has been the experience? How well the systems are in place in Jamaica?
We have been around. Next year, we actually celebrate our 25th anniversary. From as far back as 1991, the Cabinet of Jamaica established the Land Information Council with this mandate to promote the use of GIS. At that time, there was a focus on land information management, not so much GIS because it was still a fairly new discipline back in 1991. Of course, this has evolved, our mandate has expanded. The council is comprised of up to 60 government organizations, but we also include members of the private sector as well as non-government organizations. Once you are a geospatial user, provider, creator of geospatial data, then you automatically become a member of the council. The ministry which is responsible for spatial data management has always been the ministry that is responsible for land or environment, and it has moved across ministries from time to time. Over the years, we have really seen an expansion in terms of the number of entities that have been utilized in GIS. I think that there's a recognition that this type of technology is very, very important. We have been able to do quite a bit in terms of our planning, in terms of our development, in terms of our querying information at the social level to make pertinent decisions critical and pertinent decisions for development and for advancing the society.
So, with the kind of expertise Jamaica has developed over the years in developing a spatial data infrastructure, are you also trying to share your expertise and experience with the other countries in the region?
One of our sister islands, Trinidad, they basically patterned our institutional framework, and they have gone far ahead in terms of patterning what we have done for their own spatial data infrastructure. As part of the UNGGM Americas, Jamaica has essentially really been a leader. So we ensure that we participate effectively in all of the deliberations at the global level. We also participate at the regional level. We actually, at this time, we are members of the three working groups within UNGGM Americas, the one dealing with statistical data, integrating statistical data and GIS, the working group dealing with standards, and the working group dealing with disasters. At the global level, Jamaica actually co-chairs a working group that was established at UNGGM Global in August of 2015, and that new working group is looking at actually integrating GIS as a pertinent consideration for emergency management and disaster risk reduction.
Can you tell more about this new working group? What is its mandate and how you seeing this progressing?
The working group was established in August, as I said. It is co-chaired with Jamaica and the Philippines. We recently completed our work plan. We are intent on completing several activities before
What kind of activities are you undertaking under this working group?
First thing is that we want to look at the various legislative frameworks that exist within the different territories, UNGGIAM member states, looking at the way the geospatial community relates with the humanitarian community, because disaster management requires prior planning, planning during the event, as well as a response. And the response oftentimes requires humanitarian efforts. Of course, Jamaica has an excellent template in terms of what we have established at home, because we, in 2004, we established a National Emergency GIS Response Team, or NERGIST, and that team actually, once there's a disaster or event, a natural event which is imminent, that team meets plans for the event. Where if the event actually occurs, then we go out and we take GPS points, and those GPS points are then placed on a map. It's a simple way of putting it. Placed on a map, and we can then assess the level of damage, the type of damage, and the type of resources that would be required for emergency response or for ensuring that the community recuperates very quickly. So I want to kind of bring that to the working group, and essentially that is a part of the mandate of the working group, to ensure that there is this pre-planning process, the planning, the response during and the response after. But critical to this is the use of GIS and geoinformation.
You as a country are very active in the UNGGIAM Americas as well, and participating in the three committees as well. Say for example, if you take the case of the Committee on Integration of Geoinformation and Statistical Data, has there been any initiative in Jamaica itself in this direction?
Well, there have been, and it's coincidentally, I was just involved in a meeting last week, because the UNFPA, which is the population arm of the UN, have approached the Jamaican government about doing a project whereby this demographic data would be integrated with GIS data and be available on a web platform for use by government entities as well as members of the public. And I think it is also important for me to mention that as NSCMD, we maintain what we call a Government of Jamaica web map. On this web map, you will have different types of geospatial data. So you have data on disaster events, data on climate change projections, data on land parcels, demographic data, vulnerability data, and all of this is placed on a platform and made accessible to members of government, for them to download information, for them to also use that information to make decisions. We also host what we call a disaster risk information platform, which was established by ourselves and our Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, which is our Disaster Preparedness Office and Response Office. And that portal was established for actually one parish in Jamaica, and that houses disaster data, risk data, and of course we overlay that with all of the data sets that we have in terms of demographic data. So we can see where the population will be most vulnerable to different type of events, and of course we have historical events, so storm tracks over the years, and all of the flood points or incidents, disaster incidents that we would have collected over the years as a part of, remember I mentioned NERGIST before.
So how are you sharing the experience you have gained within Jamaica to the regions through this committee under the umbrella of UNGGIAM Americas?
Yes, and that is why I'm so excited with the effort at this regional level for us to actually develop our regional SDI. One of the things that should be coming out, and I'm equally excited about that, is the development of the Regional Geodetic Network, which will provide equipment to all of the countries within the Caribbean region for integration into a geodetic reference frame, for contribution, of course, to the global geodetic reference frame. So a lot of exciting things are going to be happening, and I'm really stoked about it.
Okay, great. All the best to you in your efforts.
Thank you so much.